What's up, guys? This is Malcolm, and you are on Malcolm Talks. I want to thank you so much for visiting the channel. Now, today I want to talk to you guys about fear of success. Do you have a fear of being really successful? I know I've had to deal with this in the past as well. It's something that it took me a while to get over. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have also experienced this. The fear of being successful. It can be paralyzingly scary to imagine yourself doing huge things, doing the things that you were actually born to do. And I want to talk to you guys about why we feel that fear and how to get over the fear of actually being successful. Because we all want to be successful, but really on a subconscious level, a lot of us are afraid of success. So I'm going to talk about the 3 reasons why people fear success, and then I'm going to give you some tips to overcome those things. Number 1, I think that a lot of people fear success because they don't want to come across as looking like a non-spiritual or a non-religious person. And here's what I mean by that. What are successful people sometimes viewed as? They're looked at as being greedy, braggarts. They brag all the time. They're looked at as being selfish. Money hoarders, people that are flaunting money in your face, stuff like that. That's not looked at as being spiritual, right? But at the same time, maybe we need to change how we are looking at these things. To be quite honest with you, God gave all of us a gift. We just have to figure out how to make that gift into a reality and share it with the world. We have an obligation to do that. So we have to change that subconscious thinking. Just because you're successful, that does not mean you're a bad person. You can be a great person and be very, very successful. So just think about that. It's not a spiritual or a religious thing. Just because you make a lot of money, this does not mean that you're greedy. So guys, listen, you can be successful and still be a religious and a spiritual person. Remember, God put light in you that you have to let shine to other people. It's your obligation and it's your duty. Don't have a fear of doing that. Number 2, people have a fear of standing out. Some people, they don't want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to be viewed as someone who's like, hey, look at me. Look at what I'm doing. Look at me. Ha ha. Some people think that's lame. Some people think that that's going overboard. Everybody doesn't want to see you all the time. But see, here's the thing about that. In order to be successful, you have to be on the forefront of people's minds, because usually it's an interaction type of deal. The more people you know, the bigger your network, the more successful you're likely to become. So if you're afraid of standing out, if you're afraid of letting your light shine, then nobody's going to know about you. Nobody's going to want to do business with you. And even if you work for a company, you still want to grow your social network. Because really, the more people that you know is sort of like money into a future bank account. It's called your social equity. Your social savings account. It's very deep. You got to stand out, let people know what you do, who you are, and that you're here to do big things. Number 3, some people have fear of change. People feel like, if I become super successful, then everything around me is going to change. I'm not ready for that change. Now, mind you, all of this stuff is happening on a subconscious level. You might tell yourself that you're ready. You're not ready, because sometimes to be successful, we think that everything is going to change, and we don't want that. We want things to stay the same. We like an equilibrium in our lives. But here's the thing about change. Change is inevitable. Things are going to change whether you like them or not. Just think back to all of the times that you've had to change, that you've had to adjust to things that took place. Sometimes you had to adjust to a bad thing. Sometimes you adjusted to a good thing. I tell you what, it's a lot more fun to adjust to good things as opposed to bad. So just keep that in mind. Change is inevitable. So fear of change, not something you should be afraid of. Plan ahead, you'll be fine. And lastly, just also remember that everyone is not going to like you. So if that's what you're worried about, go ahead and get that out of your mind right now. I know that you want people to like you, which is fine. But even if you want people to like you, everyone's not going to like you. So having that information, just know that, hey, you can be yourself. You can let your light shine. You can do what you were put on this earth to do. You know, you can be successful. It's okay. If someone doesn't like that, that's fine. Because really, what is it all for anyway? The reason is to inspire someone else. You got to let your light shine. Somebody's going to see that. They'll be inspired to go do big things just like you're doing. So guys, I want to thank you for watching the channel. Go out there and let your light shine. Don't be scared of success. You should embrace success. I appreciate you guys watching. This is Malcolm. You're on Malcolm Talks. Peace.